Hey planners, it's Tay of Shantae Plans and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, I will be memory planning the week of October 31st to November 6th and using the Breeze kit from Sadie Stickers. This is a beautiful autumn themed kit that has a very sort of ethereal, almost fairy tale feel to it. And I loved all of the images, the journaling add-on, and the floral deco. So many wonderful things to work with, and I was really excited to plan with this kit. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started by placing down the bottom washi. If you are new to my channel, I do have a functional planner that I do not decorate with stickers that I use to keep track of what I'm doing with my life. And then I have this sticker. This is my Sadie Stickers B6 vertical planner that I use decoratively, and I get to play with stickers. And essentially after the week is over, I go back and do what's called memory planning and decorate this planner, and it is a really fun way to scrapbook my memories and sort of highlight little moments that happened throughout the week. So once I've got the bottom washi down, I'm moving into the top section, and the clip art in this kit was so much fun and so like whimsical. I loved the fence and the bushes and the ladders, the fountain, everything just felt like a living fairy tale. It was amazing. I loved all the imagery, and I really wanted to create a fun scene at the top here. And there were some bird cages that were in one of the full boxes, and I had these little foiled hanging birdhouses from an old $2 Tuesday from Sadie Stickers. And so I pulled those out, and I thought they would be fun to have at the top of the page to really tie in with the bird cages that were featured in the kit. I added in, of course, some of the florals, and then pulled in some butterflies because the kit had a lot of beautiful butterflies in the full boxes as well, and I love butterflies, so any excuse to use them in a spread, you don't have to ask me twice. So once I've got that down, then I finished off the top section using one of the foiled washi strips. It was like the butterfly dotted foiled washi strip from Sadie Stickers, one of my faves, and again it had tons of butterflies on it, and I definitely leaned into all the butterflies for this spread. Moving on to the other half of the page, I'm again creating just a fun little scene at the top. I had the apple tree and that ladder from a $2 Tuesday, or I think she calls them Thrifty Thursdays actually, from Paper Muse Crafts. And I was like, oh, that apple picking tree and that ladder would be so cute for this because they were foiled, and I thought they would add a nice touch and element to the date cover deco area. This was definitely a spread where I had kind of a general idea of what I wanted at the top of the date cover, just in knowing that I wanted to create a scene. But it was definitely a lot of just playing around and sort of placing down the stickers and building out around it. I started with like the brush strokes that had the florals on it that came on the journaling kit, and then just started adding in the birdhouses, adding in florals, and then it just sort of came together. And those are really fun when that happens, because sometimes I have an idea and I know exactly how I want something to look, and other times it's just playing around and seeing where the stickers fall. So once I've got the date cover deco area finished, I'm going to move into placing down my full boxes, and I used some beautiful foiled butterfly headers from Sadie Stickers on top of each of the full boxes. And then because I felt like there was a lot of white space at the top with the date cover deco, I decided to pull in some of the headers and line the top row of each column with a header, because those headers had the beautiful florals, which brought in a lot of that strong color to the top, which I thought was really good to help balance out, because there was a lot of white happening right at the top in the date cover deco area. And so I thought adding some color would be nice. Moving into the sidebar, I decided to do something different with my sidebar, and I actually did this in my last video as well, where I did the header style sidebar. And originally I was gonna do just like my standard vertical sidebar, but there was some just amazing deco in the journaling add-on for this kit, and I was like, I really want to use this. It's so pretty. So I'm starting with some of the alcohol ink swatches from Rose Colored Days. I love those as background pieces because they're on transparent matte paper, and so they really just sort of fade into the background but give that beautiful wash of green color, which tied in really nicely with what was happening with the other colors in the kit. And then I started layering the florals, the large fountain. There was this super cute ladder that had the plants on it, and I just adored that so much. And I wanted to layer another one of those foiled trees from Paper Muse Crafts behind it, added in some more florals, and then I have my large November script, and that is from Paper Trail Plans. I love their scripts. The font is just so beautiful to me, and this is their classic font. They now have a new font, which I think they call their modern font, and it is super cute. I recently ordered some. I haven't gotten that order yet, but I'm excited to try out their new font because I've been such a huge fan of their original font for so long. And then I'm layering one of the floral scallop circles. I don't even know what to call that. And I cut that in half and then added a birdhouse to the sidebar section, of course, to tie in the birdhouses that we have in the date cover deco area. Same thing with bringing in the butterflies so that everything is cohesive and ties together, because I'm using a lot of the same themes and elements that I used in the date cover deco area in the sidebar as well. And then I'm going to take my ruler and my craft knife and I'm going to make a cut. I intentionally made sure some of the elements, the fountain and the ladder, hung over the edge of this sidebar area because I wanted to make that sharp cut so that it would make it look as though the fountain was sitting inside the sidebar and not on top of it. And it's one of my favorite techniques to do when I'm layering large elements in certain areas on my spreads because of the visual that it creates once you make that cut. Moving into our day by day, we are starting off with the fact that we were having a lunch party at work on that day. Oh, because it was Halloween. So we were having a lunch party at work, which was really nice. So funny. It's like, if you've ever seen the show The Office, there was an episode where they were having a lunch party and one of the characters, she had printed out a banner that was supposed to say lunch party, but it was misspelled, and I think it said lunch party or lunch party or something like that. It was hilarious. One of my favorite scenes from The Office, and now I'm just like looking at that and it's like lunch party, and now all I can think is that episode. And then I started a certification course because sometimes life is all about continuing education, whether you want to or not. No, I'm just kidding. I'm excited for this course because it's a Google certification course, and it's really great because it's one of those things where you can just like do it at your own pace, which is a lot easier than like actually being back in school. But it's definitely something I wanted to brush up on some skills, and I love the fact that they offer these courses where you can get yourself certified in certain things. So that's what I'm working on now. So I wasn't doing enough with my time. I placed down a brushstroke and created my Tuesday date cover with the florals and the brushstroke, and that Tuesday script is from Paper Trail Plans. I made a Whole Foods run before work. Oh, I went to go pick up some yogurt. I love the yogurt at Whole Foods. And I have it with what is it, that like vanilla walnut, like granola. It's really good. And then I made a bank run that day. That must have been after work. And then it worked on some things for Ray and Tay. And then on to Wednesday, I'm starting by putting down some florals, butterfly, adding in the Wednesday script. And those date dots are also from Sadie stickers, again, from a spring release from a $2 Tuesday. And I love them because they have the little butterfly detail on them. I added in... Oh, wait, I think I'm going to go back to my sidebar here. I wanted to pull in some more of the foiled florals. And so I just lifted up the fountain and the colorful florals and tucked those foiled florals behind them, added a little bit of a dot cluster, and then went back to Wednesday where I'm putting down a scalloped oval from Paper Trail Plans. One of my friend's daughters, her school was having a little fundraiser, and so she had sent me a link to order some cookies to support my adorable little niece's fundraiser, and it's very interesting. You go through all these different phases in life with like yourself and your friends, and it's like at a certain phase in your life, it's like, oh, all of my friends are all getting married, or all of your friends start having kids, and then you've got like a bunch of baby showers that you have to go to, and then it's like their kids start growing up and they start going to school, and then once they get to school age, then they have their little school fundraisers, or they have their little events and things, and like they get to the age where they start participating in things, and then it's like they've got after school activities, and it's really interesting, all the different like phases of life you go through, and like things that impact you directly with your family, and then things that impact you because it's happening with your close friends or your family or extended family. If you've got like brothers and sisters and nieces and nephews and things like that, that then become a part of your life and your schedule. Anywho, that's apparently what's been on my mind lately, as a lot of my nieces and nephews are getting to that age where they're like doing things now. It's like they were just babies before, and it was like, oh, they just played, and now they like have their own little lives. It's adorable. And then I was working on trying to organize a winter planner collab. Let's see if I can pull that off. And then, oh my God, I was so sleepy on Wednesday. I was having a hard time adjusting. This was the week right after I'd gotten back from my vacation, and we'd flown out to Florida to take our cruise. And so flying back from Florida to California, I was flying backwards through time. And I think it was like, was this the week time also changed? I'm not sure at the moment, but it was just like, oh my goodness. That time adjustment was not easy on me at all. And that was a struggle. This whole week was just really rough in terms of me just being completely exhausted the entire week. On to Thursday, I started by using one of the adorable little mini boxes as my for my date cover deco. Put down the Thursday script. I used the cute little cell phone icon from Crafts by Towie to mark talking to Ray, and then I used another one of those scalloped ovals from Paper Trail Plans to mark painting my nails, which I was really happy to do that. I switched because I love doing I do dip nails on my own nails, on my hands for my manicure, and I really enjoy a French tip manicure. I just think it's like classic and very me and my personality. But I was like, maybe it's time to like play around with some color. You might be in the mood for a little bit of a switch up. And so the color that you're seeing on my nails on screen, this color's called Hush, and it's one of the Revel dip powders, which I had switched to this color this week when I was painting my nails, and I really liked it. I liked how it came out. I thought it was very, very pretty. And then I planned my November dashboard. So I'm using just a quarter box from the kit, layering some of the florals, a butterfly, and of course the camera icon from Crafts by Towie to mark that I was filming my November dashboard spread, which should be up soon after this video goes up. So you'll be seeing that one soon. And I really love how that November dashboard came out. I think it's super adorable and has some really fun layering techniques in that one. I was really happy with how that layering came out, so excited to share that one with you guys. You can look forward to that video coming very soon. Then I have Friday. I put down some more of the florals, added in the Friday script, and I started off my Friday by doing a little bit of shopping. And really funny because I think like the 2 weeks prior to me going on my vacation, I'd really slowed down on shopping for planner stickers and stuff like that, just because my brain was like totally in vacation mode. And so I get back home, and like by that Friday, my brain would completely shifted back into thinking about stickers, and I'm like, ooh, let's buy some stickers. And so like I get home, and the first thing I do on Friday is I'm like, we should shop for stickers. And I saw this adorable journaling kit from Lexi Kylie Design. She's becoming one of my favorite shops for journaling kits. I really like the way she designs hers, but she's this amazing New Year's kit, and I was like, oh, want it. And so yeah, shop for that. And I'm using one of my new icons from JK Creates Co. to mark that, and it's her sticker icon, which I just think is so adorably detailed. And then I got Amazon Fresh, just got some groceries because definitely wanted to have some food in the house. I've been trying my best to do really good with like meal prepping and staying on top of like meal prepping for like, especially at least for like the first couple of days of the week, because my work schedule is hybrid. So I'm in the office on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and it makes my life a whole lot easier if I've meal prepped for those days. And then we were watching Abbott Elementary, which has got to be hands down one of my favorite new shows of this year. And it's so funny because I started off this week talking about The Office on Monday, and I definitely feel like, well, because Abbott Elementary is definitely patterned after that video interview style that was similar to the way The Office was formatted, the way they were like talking to the characters, and they're talking to this video documentary who's like filming them, and it's a show about these teachers at an elementary school, and they are incredibly hilarious. So I've been loving that show so much. Moving on to Saturday, I put down a brushstroke, laid some florals, added in the Saturday script, and as I was saying earlier, with my nieces and nephews getting to the point where they have their own little lives, my nephew had a basketball game, and there are a few things more adorable than watching a bunch of little kids run up and down a basketball court who are let's just face it, you go there because it's just like cute to watch the little kids run up and down the court. It's not like, this is not the most skilled basketball game you have ever seen in your life. They're just cute. Although I'm just like sitting there watching my nephew play these kids, and his team seemed like small and like shorter than the team they were playing against, and I was like, why are they playing a bunch of little giant kids? Them kids have got to be in like middle school or high school or something. Those kids were big, the team he was playing against, and I was sitting there going, it would be wrong for me to go out there and trip somebody's kid, right? You can't do that, which I didn't do, obviously. If I would never do that to somebody's kid, obviously. But it was like, no, this does not seem fair. Those kids shouldn't be that big. Anywho, B was sick, which I felt so bad because he couldn't make it to the game. So like the entire game, I was like texting him and taking video and sending it to him so that he could be a part of it. And then I did some planning when I got home that day. The next day, I uploaded a plan with me, did some cleaning around the house, and edited a plan with me video. I am using, this has been one of my favorite things lately, layering a little midi box on top of a brushstroke and adding in some florals. And I'm using that to mark editing, and I have the editing icon from Crafts by Towie as well. And that is how this week went for me. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you're having an amazing day, and I will see you next video. Bye.